the first official question of this very unofficial thrown together podcast would be, how can embracing solitude improve our lives and happiness?
Oh,
Embracing solitude.
Yeah, these are deep questions.
can improve.
Our
Wait,
lives and happiness.
embracing so I guess, huh? Well, I guess people thrive off of like human interaction usually, right?
Hmm.
But like, I guess you can't really be with the people you enjoy like 24/7, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
Mm-hmm.
so enjoying like the times that you are alone instead of feeling bad about not being with other people is probably a healthy mindset that can, you know, keep you from
Mm-hmm.
like thinking negatively about your own life. Like
Yeah.
maybe focusing on like improving yourself or like um hobbies, like getting more hobbies and stuff.
I agree. Especially
I
the first
agree.
part where you said um, we should spend more time together. Or no, what was it?
Like human beings thrive off of like human interaction and like
Yeah,
other people. Yeah.
we have been learning about that a lot. That's kind of where these
Oh,
questions are
nice.
coming from, is studying
Yeah.
human interaction and how socializing actually improves more than just mental health, but
Mhm.
physical health too.
Because like mental and physical health are very closely related.
Yeah,
Like if you're not
Mm-hmm.
mentally healthy, you're going to ignore your own physical health and
there was.
mind and body are the same.
There was another detail I wanted to share.
Mhm.
Y
Mm-hmm.
your point on mental and physical health being related is actually pretty spot on, because there was a study that, so there was a virtual demonstration how, if you would, there was three people passing the ball,
Mhm.
and you hit the button to pass the ball, but later down the line they just stop passing the ball to you, and it's only between the virtual two. And it
Aha.
shows, the study shows that the same area of being mentally hurt is the same pain receptors as being physically hurt.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
that
cool.
makes sense. That makes sense. Because it's like your body, your brain would process pain in like the same sort of way, right? Because it's like if something
Just
hurts you, it's like a negative sort of like receptor in your brain and multiple kinds of like negative feelings. Those are the things you kind of want to avoid because they make you feel bad. And your body doesn't want you to feel bad, so all the things that make you feel bad, yeah, your brain would kind of process them all the same way as something you want to avoid and stuff,
mm,
you know?
Here's a sub question from the first question we just asked. Do you think
Hmm.
solitude and happiness are the same thing? Because, like, by definition, they are, sorta.
Sort of. Do you have the
I think
definitions
they
of both
can
of them?
be.
Not on me right now, but I mean, we all know the
I think
definitions.
I think so because I mean, solitude is not loneliness at all. Solitude is, I mean, being lonely is being alone and unhappy, but solitude is just like being comfortable and alone. I feel like more secured, and I think that's
I
very parallel with happiness.
I will say that I might not fully agree with that because
Gasp.
if you look up the definition of solitude from like Oxford, it says the state or situation of being alone or a lonely or inhabited place. So they quite literally similarly like
Uh,
synonyms as being alone and loneliness.
I would argue
So
that those are
yeah.
two very different emotions or feelings, being alone and loneliness. Because
Ugh.
I'm often alone, right? Like
Mhm. Well, I
by
don't know how you're
yourself.
predicting that, but that ties into our later questions that we'll have on future episodes.
Whoa.
I have had,
Spoiler
I have
alert.
discussed
Yes,
this so much.
spoiler, you're reading my mind.
No, that's for
Spoiler, L is a telepath.
Whoa.
All right. Do you think we can move on
Next
to
up
the
on
next
Dragon
question?
Ball. Yes.
All right.
Sure.
How can we balance self-awareness and openness to others?
Ooh.
I think just listen to people. I think that's just the key to both. Listening to what others have to say.
That's true. I would agree with that. But like, wait, can you repeat the question sort of so I get it better?
It's fine. How can we balance self-awareness and openness to others?
Self-awareness and openness to others. That's
Mhm.
true. Listening, yeah, that'd be important. But I think also being self-aware is sort of predicting, in a sense, like what impact your words or your actions have on other people. That's kind of what being self-aware is. It's like being aware of the people around you and how you affect them. And then,
Mhm.
wait, self-awareness and
Openness. You're good.
openness. I'm forgetting as I talk, but openness. Yeah, being open with people, basically telling them like what you feel. Yeah, they do kind of go hand in hand. Like if you want
Mhm.
to be open about how you feel, you also got to think about what you're saying and how you're feeling is going to affect the other person. Like if you say like
Yeah.
an action that the other person is doing makes you uncomfortable, you got to think about like you're being open with that person. You're saying like, "Oh, this makes me uncomfortable," but you also need to think, how does you saying that to that person make them feel? Like if they really like doing that or if that's something that they enjoy doing and you say you don't like it, like how
Very
would, you
wise.
know, you have to,
Yes.
yeah.
My answer might not be shared by you two. Hmm. I was originally going to say you should
Yes.
always be self-aware when being open with someone, and you should try aiming for the right amount of information to tell without over-revealing. But I don't know if you guys agree.
I think
I
maybe. I could see that.
Okay.
I think I agree with
But
that. I like
mhm.
sharing, information with other people, especially those close with me, but I do know that not everything needs to be said.
Yeah.
And sometimes
It's
some
all
things are better off
context.
not being said, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you know it's gonna hurt the other person, obviously,
Well,
like,
different people have different boundaries of over-revealing. So,
yeah.
but it should be easy to tell if you're friends with them.
If you're close with them, those boundaries become clearer.
Elle, what was your answer again?
I think I mean just listening to people.
Okay.
No, that was the last question. Oh my god. No. Wait, was it the last question?
That's the answer that you had to this one.
1 and 2, yeah.
Okay. I'm losing my mind.
It's fine. We
Okay,
got
I remember.
all the time in the world.
That is true. Okay. So balancing openness and self-awareness. Okay. Um, I think being open with other people is really important. Um, Especially those who are really close to you, like family and friends.
Like a relationship. Actually, we
Yeah,
should talk about that.
relationships.
Relationships.
Like
Being
what relationships?
mutuals? I don't know what the word is. I don't even know what mutuals means, but like
Oomphy.
yes,
Oomphy.
relationships. Very, very important to be open.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But what about self-aware in an relationship?
So
What does oomphy mean?
I don't
One
know.
of my friends, right? It's
Yeah,
just like friends, but
it's a
usually
mutual.
doesn't it explain like it's usually describing like people online who are friends?
this can be both.
Yeah.
Like online for people you don't met but have been friends with for a long time.
Yeah.
There's
I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, you can keep talking.
okay, I'll just say this one sentence and you can continue. I I think self-awareness there is 100% important because you don't want to be like get a rep, which is more easily contracted online than in real life.
It's true. I think with being online, and this might be just me because I don't know, like being online, like own solely online with people, I feel like is not, just in my opinion, not that deep of a relationship compared to like actually knowing them in person. I feel
Mhm.
like, and I feel like you're not really able to get as close with someone if you're just talking to them like through online, and especially just through text,
Yeah.
because people, I think, really just take a lot of like their first impressions of people and like how they see people based on like their face, like the way they talk, like their voice, their tone, like intonation and inflections in their voice. And I
Their
think you
voice?
don't, yeah, like just how they speak in general tells you like, is like, because your first impression of someone is like 50% of like your entire like your like isn't about 50% of the opinion that you form of that person. Your first impression of someone is massive on like your brain because it's the thing like it remembers the most. And on being online with somebody, especially through text, you're not able to get, in my opinion, the same kind of like connection that you would in terms of like physical mannerisms and things like that. You can't really express those well over text or like online than you can actually meeting up with a person and like speaking with them face to face. But that was kind of a rant. I don't really know.
A
Yeah.
very true and endearing rant. I think, yeah, I think that's a good note to end it off on the podcast that I don't have a name for. What should we call the podcast?
Um,
Uh,
what did you say, El?
Nothing.
You whispered something, and I
the
didn't
the
hear what
Nothing
it was.
Podcast.
The Nothing Podcast. That
Great.
that would work, I
Banger.
guess.